Yeah, like, I live by a motto, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
And basically, the rule of thumb is if you see something, say something. Not too hard.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it. So we're just going to continue on. We're going to hit our second hotspot. Who knows what we will see tonight? Let's actually cross here.
Our next destination. So let's just go past it and around this way.
So this is actually one of the hotspots. The Durham Region Police have informed us that there have been ground level robberies and assaults and stuff that's taken place in here. Unfortunately, we can't like walk around and stuff because it is private property. And if we walk in here without having a car, as it kind of says there on the sign there, this facility is for parking only. All other uses are prohibited. So unfortunately, we do have to walk the side of the law and not enter without a vehicle. Of course, if I see something going on, I'm getting my ass in there and I'm helping out. just saying.
It certainly beats last week. It was it was very cold last week. I made the mistake of not layering up properly.
Is there a difference between the Katalysts group and the Justice Crew of Oshawa, or are they the same entity? Or
same entity, different section. The Katalysts of Canada, or just the Katalysts in general,
okay,
encompasses all of the teams in every city.
Okay.
Whereas our sector is just the Justice Crew of Oshawa. Ninja Knight leads the Justice Crew of Toronto, and Polar Man leads the Justice Crew of Kingston. Another reason for kind of differentiating the names is because when we tell citizens here, oh, we're the Katalysts, not many people really understand what the word catalyst actually means,
right,
or how it pertains to us and why we're dressed like this and what we're doing. So I kind of adopted the sublet name for our team here in Oshawa, the Justice Crew, because now people know we're about justice and not going to dress up and rob a bank, you know. That's not something someone in the Justice Crew would do. I mean, maybe the pop band Justice Crew might do that, but not us. It's kind of funny, there's actually a musical group also called the Justice Crew that I was unaware of until I actually Googled us, and I'm like, wait a minute, who are these guys? Well, it's 2016. Anything cool that's been done has already been done in the 80s.
Do you guys ever head out to other cities or locations to patrol that you wouldn't normally go to?
There's not a normal other city that we go to. If we had to say there was one, it would be Toronto, because I mean, I've only been there once myself as wasn't an RLSH, Real Life Superhero. However, Nameless Crusader has been there on at least 3 or 4 different occasions for our team on behalf of the Katalysts.
Yeah, there's another group in Toronto called the Trillium Guards of Ontario, which I also share membership with. And every year at around Christmas time, we all band together and put together care packages, extra clothes, food, and go around handing them out to anybody who needs it. And with so many people, a lot of stuff actually gets accumulated to hand out. So at the end of the night, we're actually like throwing it out. Take this stuff. Have a Merry Christmas. You know.
You said you've been swarmed a few times where it got a little hairy and people just wanting more and more stuff.
Yeah, like swarm wouldn't quite be the right word. Like, there's one particular neighborhood we went to where there was a lot of people living in shelters, and it was actually in front of a shelter that this story took place. So once they found out that we were outside handing out stuff, like everyone started coming outside because you know everyone who's staying in a shelter needs something, right? So we, next thing we know, we're surrounded by like 20, 30 people. We're handing out stuff, and fortunately it was a very good mood. But if things had gone a little sideways, we had no escape route, nowhere to really run. But yeah, so I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it was Sherbrooke. Does that ring a bell?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So we've been doing that for about the past 3 years now, I guess. Christmas just passed.
Yeah, and once we get past our hotspot again on the loop around, I can pull out one of my homeless outreach packages just to kind of give you an idea of what we are handing out and making available to the needy.
Great, great.
And, at the moment, we don't take any donations or anything. This is all funded out of our own pockets, our own time. But one of the possibilities we could do in the future is maybe doing a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe. But we would have to find a way for legal reasons in order to guarantee that the money would be used for the stated purpose. Just because they kind of require that sort of thing to have people donate money.
Right.
Otherwise, you run the risk of insurance companies breathing down your neck. On a side note, occasionally you'll see us like bend down random things because, let's face it, if you're like me and you work in Toronto during the week and you're gone for most hours of the day, the last thing you want to see when you finally get home is trash on the streets. The city looking like mud.
Yeah, so I mean, on a good night, if we have nothing else to do, we do have garbage bags on us. And if we do see things that aren't biodegradable and are just huge eyesores, we'll bust out our garbage bag and just start filling it up and tie her up at the end of the night and just leave it at a local garbage bin. I was trying to think of a proper name for it, like a city garbage disposal area. Yeah, I'm just trying to be too fancy. But something like that, and it's, I mean, literally cleaning the streets sometimes isn't the most glamorous job for a superhero, but it's the little things that count. I mean, we don't want to just be out here walking around and not accomplishing anything at night. I mean, even on the really, really dead nights, we return carts to the Metro or AMP or whatever. We pick up garbage we see around. If we ever had the opportunity, we'd help an old lady cross the street. Just kind of cliche things like that, but to someone it makes a difference. To the guy that comes in early at like 6 o'clock in the morning, who has to open up the registers and open up the stores for a retail place, he doesn't want to have to go back out and fetch like 12 or 13 carts and then start his day job, because that's just a pain in the butt. So we are out, we see it, we clean it up, it's going to help someone,
Definitely.
Doesn't mean we're going to meet the person we're helping or get the gratitude for it, but we know it's helping someone, and that's what matters.
Definitely. I was on your website. I remember reading that you guys expect unconventional tasks, from people, and you're, willing to do escorts or kind of work that not a lot of people think about when it comes to, patrolling.
Yes, agreed. We do offer kind of odd services here and there that perhaps some other RLSH teams may not think of or do. Mostly because of basically the lack of really intense things happening. So we do want to offer like escort services if we can, and that's not like prostitution. When we say escort, we mean like literally escort someone from place A to place B, so they can be safe at night or whatever. If they do not have a lady friend or a boyfriend or someone that can accompany them in a potentially dangerous area or time of night. We've been asked to do birthday parties once or twice too.
Unfortunately, trying to build a negative image of what we're trying to do.
I mean, I would be willing to do it because I don't know. I mean, I have kids myself, and I could see the potential of going to a place where there's lots of children and just telling them the benefits of doing good things in your community. To just kind of tell them about bullying and that they don't have to stand for it, or if something's going on, tell someone, or just any good thing that can come of interacting with a child about things like that. And so I personally wouldn't be against doing it. The only reason I had to decline was because the client wanted to meet me in my citizen self, without the mask, without everything, and we try to keep a anonymity as possible, as much as we can, to protect ourselves, our loved ones, and our jobs, because some of our jobs bosses might not like what we're doing and be like, yeah, we don't want to be associated with that, so you're fired. So we kind of have to be as anonymous as possible. It's kind of weird because if it wasn't for that, I probably would have actually went and done the birthday party just to help the mom out, because maybe she couldn't schedule the clown, so they get Turtle Man. But just it gives opportunities where you might not regularly have them, and in the similar vein, I've also sent out oodles of emails to the schools around here trying to get us some FaceTime with an audience of maybe high schoolers or younger, to talk to them about not doing drugs or not giving into peer pressure, or just about bullying or what they can do for the community, etc. But unfortunately, I never got a response back, either A, because it went to their junk folder, or B, just because they didn't take it seriously.
Actually, just there, Joe Bean, we kind of presented and told the group of
Coco and Joe's Cafe.
Coco and Joe's, that was it. And just kind of gave them a bit about who we are, what we're doing.
Yeah, the event was called Taste of Durham.
Right.
Where a bunch of businesses got together and explained what they did, and could exchange cards and information and potentially help each other or cooperate, etc.
I think I might have seen some pictures of that. Was that the do-it-yourself?
There's also a do-it-yourself convention that we went to. They're two separate events, though.
Oh, okay.
We have video from the Coco and Joe's Cafe Taste of Durham event, and we have a bunch of pictures for the DIY event, where we were unofficial security for. The owner and coordinator of the event asked us to personally be there to make sure everything went down smoothly.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was an honor.
And we're always mailing events and that are looking for volunteers. See if we can help out. Case in point, there's a Pride event next month here in Oshawa, where we're scheduling ourselves to help out on the Saturday and the Sunday, which I believe is 13th and the 14th, somewhere in that time frame.
June or July?
Is it not next month?
I can't remember at the moment.
Pretty sure it's June.
Either way, definitely looking forward to that. Should be fun. Glad to help out. We also try to participate when we can in Earth Day, which is where, you know, citizens of Oshawa get together and clean up the parks. And since that's what we do anyway, we just try to get involved and do it. I think it may have passed recently, unfortunately, but we take it upon ourselves to clean up the parks, you know, on a monthly or bi-monthly basis anyway, so we're not really missing out too much except for a plaque that says that we participated, so it's alright. We're not really in it for the glory, we're just in it to just help out.
Right.
Where are we up to now?
We could potentially swing back towards Memorial Park and just do like another check there to make sure nothing else is going on, and then decide from there if our friend here wants to continue on and do any more.
Alrighty.
Yeah, as long, you know, whatever you guys want to do, let's do it. Do you mind by the end of it though, if we could get back to Memorial Park when it's all done?
Yep.
That would be awesome, yeah.
Well, actually, instead of just going straight to Memorial, then let's take a wide route around and slowly work our way back there.
Sure.
So we could go down King to Park, maybe. Or,
Was that not King? No, this is King. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. That's fine with me, Mr. Crusader. As possible, just because we don't want to try and intimidate them or make them think we're coming directly at them. That doesn't really help our image, and it doesn't really help the message we're trying to convey. So,
no fun accidentally scaring the crap out of people if you can avoid it. You know what we're out here doing? Obviously stop, say hi, or wave to us, or even honk their car. But if you have no idea that this sort of thing exists, and it's like the middle of the night, it's like 11 o'clock p.m. right now, you see two guys dressed up like this, what's your first reaction,
Right. Yeah, I've seen some pictures with you guys with the fans, old people, kids, the elderly, pretty much everyone from all walks of life. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like obviously if they're warm and their body language is open to approach, then yeah, we'll come over and say hi. But one thing you kind of learn out here doing this is how to read people.
Right.
Kind of giving you this stink eye. Like we're saying, it's usually best to give them a wide berth.
yeah, people with that kind of a look about them or feel about them don't really want you going, "Hey, how's it going, sir?" and striking up the conversation. They'll probably just tell you where to go and just keep walking if, you know, if you're lucky. So yeah, if the people seem friendly, but they don't seem like they're like into wanting to talk too much. We'll still like wave and say hi because we don't want them to think we're out here for nefarious purposes or evil things, but we will just kind of act friendly and let them know that we are aware that they're aware of us, if you know what I mean. Like,
right.
We're not gonna like pretend like they don't see us and we're sneaking around or something silly.
Yep.
If we get some time to stop, obviously not near the bank, but sometime up ahead here, I will show you the homeless pack, by the way. I almost forgot to do that.
Sure, sure. How would you describe your relationship with the police?
Friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, they tolerate us because we're not doing anything illegal. They've talked to us multiple times on different occasions, and they get the same, same responses every time. Hello, how are you, sir? How's the, night going? And then they talk to us the same way and ask us what we're up to. The odd time, if there's a new police officer who's not quite sure who we are, what we're doing, they will ask for ID, and to cooperate as best with the authorities as we can, we always carry our ID on us at all times, just to make it available so that they know that we care, that they trust us to do what we're doing.
Yeah, like there have been, unfortunately, some experiences with people out here doing this who have not taken the advice to stay on the good side of the law, and have run afoul of authorities and kind of made them put the kibosh on the whole costumes, going out and here in Oshawa, so far, we've made sure to keep a very good rapport. Obviously half the time they stop to talk to us, it's just to scope us out and, make sure we are who we say we are in that. I hear stories all the time from people who have apparently negative reactions from the police, like not RLSH, but just random people who live their everyday lives.
Right.
And these people that I know are not the friendliest of people. And if you treat not just a police officer, but anybody you meet on the street with human decency and respect, they're going to respond in kind. If you're hostile, they're going to make your day go bad. Which is something I wish a lot more people would kind of understand.
Actually, if you want to stop for a second, this area right here, I think Neil was what I'm going to say. We had an incident where someone was confronting pretty aggressively, not physically yet, but pretty face to face with two males. We're having some words towards each other by the bank there, and we kind of saw this go on. They crossed the street, kept talking for a minute, and what I saw, I don't know if Nameless saw it, but I saw this kind of happen, like them grab something out of their hand and kind of take off. And the one guy who's a little heftier ran after this the skinnier suspect. They ran right across the field over there, and it looked like they kind of hopped into this area here through the foresty kind of part there, through the trails. And then I'll come along here and show you.
Sure.
And then the bigger suspect was kind of just resting here and just kind of hunched over like this and heaving and kind of breathing really heavy. And we're just kind of coming down along here and we're like, is everything okay, sir? Should we be concerned? And he kind of turns to us, he's like, there's things in Oshawa that you wouldn't be aware of, and you're in over your heads. There's bad things going on here. And we're like, okay. So basically we just kind of took that as a sign to just not further question or interrogate the suspect, and just kind of turn our attention to maybe finding the person he was pursuing. We shone our light around here. We did kind of a wide angle search. The guy didn't show up, so I guess he got away scot-free of whatever he did. But just things like that kind of sparked our attention. Things do happen like every now and then that we do have to keep an eye out and be aware of. So.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about this specific spot, but aside from that incident, on a separate time during the day, we're coming up along the bike path behind you there, and two guys were sitting there drinking. We passed by them, or we went to pass by them, and they got up and kind of walked up to us, not confrontationally, at least not at first, started talking to us. We started to pick up that there's a little bit of aggression going on behind the scenes there.
And they're both pretty, tanked.
Yeah.
They're quite intoxicated.
So next thing you know, the one guy picks up this big tree branch.
Yeah, he just kind of goes over to the tree and just kind of like rips off a branch and snaps it off and just kind of stands there and like, I'm just like, great, I know what's going to happen.
So he finds it in his best interest to start trying to beat us over the head and stomp our shins and that and try and, I guess, start a fight or something.
His excuse was he's testing out the equipment, but who in their right mind would just start attacking two people with a tree branch, right? So
yeah, like
it was assault, so we had to call it in.
Even the guy's buddy who was sitting there drinking with him, as soon as the one guy started being aggressive, he's like, "Buddy, what are you doing?" And starts apologizing to us, but like, please, if you're gonna drink alcohol, be...
Take care. Stay safe.
There's a bar with my name.
Keep everyone safe. Thank you.
We'll do our best, ma'am.
So...
There's a lot of partying tonight.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
there is.
So yeah, as I was saying, if you're drinking alcohol, like obviously everybody drinks beer. I drink beer. He drinks beer. It's just something to enjoy on your off time. But please be careful of like what your personality is like when you're inebriated. A lot of people do some things that they regret and then blame it on alcohol. I am of the very firm stance that someone is responsible for their actions, regardless of tools, drugs, alcohol, anything used. Like, you are responsible for how you act. To blame it on something or someone else is a crutch, right? Yeah, like, we had to call the police on that one guy with the stick who started getting fresh.
Yeah, well, I mean, the problem wasn't really that he was, like, assaulting us with a stick, because, I mean, we're wearing stuff that can take it. Our concern is that perhaps someone else that could be walking through here would be victim to his shenanigans and assault them, and they're not equipped to be able to be struck by, a branch from a tree. And just his activities and his body language and his actions toward us just confirmed we needed to alert the police to his, public drunkenness and just make sure that everyone else was safe. Because I mean, we're out here. We expect that the odd person might strike us or spit on us or throw like a can. We expect it because otherwise we wouldn't be wearing the armor we're wearing. So it wasn't really the problem. No one was hurt. He lost a $3 headlamp that he had on him. But that was it.